Halo semuanya, apa kabar? Selamat datang di podcast Learn Indonesian by Jembatan Bahasa. Nama saya Soma, dan hari ini kita mau bicara tentang addressing people that you just met in Indonesia. Just for your information, we will use English when we talk about Indonesian grammar, culture, and a bit of difficult concepts to explain in Indonesian. So obviously we will use Indonesian if we have conversations and mini stories. So hopefully you will get exposure to the language as much as possible in this podcast, but also you will understand important concepts or structure and use the language appropriately. In today's topic, we will talk about how to address Indonesian people that you just met. I'm going to give you a few forms of address to start with. The first one is Bapak or Pak, which is for married man or respected man. For example, a teacher, a police officer, a politician, and so on. And then we have Ibu or Bu for short, and this is for married woman or respected woman. And we have a younger version, which is Mas. This is for unmarried man, and Mbak for unmarried woman. Mas and Mbak are originally from Java, but they are used nationwide. In Bali, we have Bli for unmarried man and Mbok for unmarried woman. Okay, so those are 6 forms of address that you can use. Now, how about if you're not sure if they already married or they're probably not old enough to be called Bapak or Ibu? I think it's always safe to start with Bapak and Ibu. And then they will correct you if they think that they're too young for that title. So, and then you can address them accordingly. So you might already learn the word Anda and Kamu in your Indonesian class. So Anda is formal you and Kamu is informal you. Now in Indonesian culture, we don't use Anda very often. Instead, we replace that with forms of address that I just mentioned. So for example, instead of saying Anda dari mana, you would say, or we would say as Indonesians, Bapak dari mana or Ibu dari mana, depending on their gender and their age. Mas dari mana, Mbak dari mana. Okay, you get the idea. And then what about if people are too young? You can call them adik as well. Adik dari mana? Adik means younger sibling. Okay, so those are a few ways that you can do. And kamu, we don't use kamu for new people. Kamu is used when you're very close with your friends. So otherwise it will be considered impolite. Okay, I want you guys to get used to it. I know it's very hard for English speaking learners to do this because you just go with you, right? In Indonesian, it's not that simple, unfortunately. But, language is part of culture. So I encourage you to try it out and, see how your Indonesian new friend reacts. Right? I think that's for today's podcast. And I hope you learned something from today's series. And see you in the next podcast. Sampai jumpa.